This is Lowkey reporting for the Canary. Today we are outside the Houses of Parliament for a demonstration drawing attention to the state of Grenfell survivors and bereaved families still fighting for justice and struggling on almost 12 months after the fire. I'm joined by activist Pilgrim Tucker, activist and academic. Pilgrim, why is it important that an event like this takes place today?
It's really important that the politicians who are in Parliament are constantly reminded that there is real anger and a real urgency felt, and people will continue to fight for the truth and justice for people from the Grenfell Tower, but also for the community around it.
As someone that has a history of working in the area, being active, especially on the issue of housing, where is it that you really lay the blame for the Grenfell catastrophe?
You would have to blame the local politicians and the tenant management organisation, but you would also have to blame national government policy that has allowed a situation like this to occur, that allows public housing to be provided with no accountability, with no voice for residents, so that we're in a situation where residents weren't listened to, and it was possible for local politicians and the management organisation to let that happen. If those residents had been listened to, that fire in all likelihood would not have happened.
On a macro level, upon the release of some of the information about the Hackett report today, what's your analysis really on some of that information that's come out?
Well, the Hackett report, which is formally issued at the end of the week, is not recommending any ban on flammable cladding. It's not recommending any ban on really inadequate desktop studies that they do of flammability, which actually don't give any indication of what would actually happen if that were to set fire in real life. And unfortunately, it appears that there are relationships between the building companies and the building regulators and people in government. It's not in the interests of building companies because they're motivated by profit. It's not in their interests to pay that little bit more in terms of making sure that their materials are fit for purpose and are safe. And it looks to me like, and I think, we hope this won't happen with the inquiry as well, it looks to me like those close relationships have affected those recommendations. Those recommendations should be much, much stronger and should be keeping people safe.
And of course, as you mentioned, the desktop studies, we know that the Celotex RS5000 insulation and the Arconic Renoband cladding were passed for use on Grenfell through a desktop study. Thank you very much, Pilgrim Tucker. This is Lowkey reporting for the Canary.